Hello everybody, today we are going to discuss the 19th chapter of The Invisible Man, which is titled Certain First Principles. So in the last chapter we discussed that the Invisible Man was very exhausted, was hungry, he hadn't slept for several days, so he wanted to eat something. So after having eaten, he asked Dr. Kemp to move out of the bedroom. He locked the bedroom and slept peacefully. Next morning, Dr. Kemp heard some sounds in the bedroom. He rushed upstairs and he found that a glass had been smashed. He asked, "What happened?" And he said, "Nothing, I just forgot that my hand was sore. In a fit of temper, I did it." Mr. Kemp went across the room. He collected the glass pieces and he told him that the secret is out. What happened in Iping and what happened in the town, people know all that, and it's no more a secret. So he swore. He said, "See, I'm quite anxious to help you, but before we can do something, I must know more about the invisibility of yours." The Invisible Man sat on the bed and he said, "It's simple and credible enough. Credible to you, but of course to a man like me." He said, "I came upon the stuff in Chelseastow." So Chelseastow was a small place, a small province. He said, "I came upon the stuff at Chelseastow, and I switched from medicine to physics because light attracted me." No. Yes, I did. Because light attracted me, I switched over to physics and studied light. And the whole optical density, the whole subject is a matter of riddles with light, the solution glimmering through illusory. And at 22, you are full of enthusiasm. So I worked as a slave, and at 22, what fools you are. So Dr. Kemp said, "Fools then or fool now?" He said, I worked like a slave. I devoted my time to that, and before 6 months I found light glimmering through the meshes blindingly. Yes, I had found a general principle of refraction and pigments. I had come upon such a thing, a general expression, which to a fool would be nothing but a student of molecular physics, what it could mean, a general expression, a formula, what it could mean to a student of molecular physics. The fools, the common men, they don't understand. It was just an idea, not a method, but an idea which could lead to a method that can make any substance invisible, and particular cases even the colors. So he said, "Nonsense. I don't think it may be to certain objects, certain things, but to a man, not at all." He said, "How is it possible?" Dr. Kemp was further, the Invisible Man explained the things further. He said, "The invisibility depends upon the action of visible bodies upon light, that the things either absorb or reflect or refracts, okay, or does all the three. A red box appears red because it absorbs all the light and reflects all the red. A diamond box appears quite bright because it refracts and reflects, not complete, but yes, from much of its surfaces, and so it appears to be very bright because it doesn't refract and reflect fully. Yes, but some part of its surface. And then he told about a plain glass, a simple glass. Okay. It can appear invisible in a bad light, and but there are other glass pieces like a flint glass. It may appear brighter than the other, a simple window glass or something like that. So it depends, the invisibility or visibility depends upon the action of visible bodies upon light. He said if the sheet of glass is put into water, it may be invisible, and if it is put into certain dense liquid, it may be altogether, or with a liquid having the same refractive index, then what? It will not be seen at all. And if the same sheet of glass is powdered, then it will be more clearly visible, because every grain of that glass sheet will refract and reflect light, because powdering multiplies the surface, so it will be more visible. But if that powdered glass is put into water, it will be perhaps invisible. If it is put into a liquid with same refractive index, won't be seen at all in the air as well. So he was explaining this way the matter of invisibility, and he said there are lots of such things which are invisible to our naked eyes, and he said it's nonsense. It cannot be believed. He said, have you forgotten? Have you forgotten all your physics in 10 years? You don't remember anything? He said, think of the things which are made of transparent tissues and fibers. There are lots of such things like a paper. Paper is made of transparent fibers. Oil white paper, it uses oil to fill interstices, which avoids refraction and reflection. And there are lots of other things which are made of transparent fibers and tissues, like not just paper, wool fiber, he said woody fiber, he said bone, camp, hair, nails and nerves. All these are made of transparent tissues except the red color of blood and the black color of hair. Except all these in the human body itself are made of transparent tissues. So listening to this, Dr. Kemp cried in amazement. Good heavens, of course, I never thought of this earlier, it's really true. So he said, I was, now you have me, Dr. Kemp, now you have me. Yes, that's the thing. I was working hard in Chelsea. I was teaching in a provincial college to the fools, and I didn't like the job at all. And my professor, he mentioned the name of his professor, Oliver. So he said, Oliver, he was a scientific bounder and always prying in my work, asking again and again when I was going to publish my research. But I was not intending, I didn't intend to tell him anything. I didn't want him to take the credit of my work. In all my moments of success, in all my great moments, I had always been alone. So I just wanted to bring it with my discovery upon the world. I wanted to flash upon the world and be famous at a blow. I was intending that, I wanted to do that. So I didn't tell him anything. I kept it to myself, not telling even a soul about this. And one day, not by design but by sheer chance and luck, I made a discovery. and I was very much happy thinking of the advantage, the freedom, the power, the authority about all that. And I went to the window. I had to work in night. I couldn't work in day because there would be always stupid peering students and all, and sometimes I would work late in the night. So I worked, and when I found this formula, when I had this discovery, I went to the window and looked at the stars and thought of the advantages. Disadvantages, I saw none. What disadvantages could be there? I thought of none. And though even after finding all this, I couldn't complete my experiment. Why? Money. Money was the problem. I worked for 3 years, just climbing all the disadvantages, the mountains of disadvantages, 3 years exasperation and all, and yet I was unable to complete my experiment. Money was the problem. Though I was working in a college teaching the fools, but even that it was not sufficient. And so I robbed the old man. I robbed my father, and he, a sentimental fool, shot himself. So this is what he tells about his discovery, and he even tells Dr. Kemp that the tramp, the books that he had hidden, they contain marvels. Kemp, miracles are there in that book. So he explains some of the things of the invisibility, makes the idea clear that how invisibility is possible by lowering the refractive index of a thing. Yes, that it's not a far cry, or it's not something impossible. It can be made possible, and I have made it possible. So he explains the things very clearly to Dr. Kemp, and now Dr. Kemp understood the thing, but there was fear in his mind that what he might be up to. So what happens next? What he is telling him more about the invisibility and his experiments and what he did with that. So we'll come to know in the next chapter. So till then, thank you and bye-bye.